What's good? You know what it is. Your boy Big Boosie, Street Knowledge Podcast, man. You new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the notification so you'll know when I'm up here. And most of all, please hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. Hit that like button. Going through this YouTube stuff, I ain't understanding YouTube. What's going on with my numbers, YouTube? It's impossible. I done talked to a lot of people. They ain't even been getting my notifications. A lot of my regulars say they haven't even been getting notifications, and that notification button is touched. So we're not understanding what's going on, man. And I want to get into something real serious, real serious, man. These are the things that we try to talk to these young boys about, and a lot of them don't listen. A lot of them don't want to listen for whatever reasons. We'll never know. I guess we could say we was young once, but it's times when I was growing up and it was things that I used to hear from the OGs, and I used to really take that into consideration, listening to a lot of them things. I can actually say those are a lot of the reasons why I never was in and out of jail, in and out of jail. Due to the fact, because a lot of us did listen, but a lot of my peers, they stayed in trouble anyway and kept doing the unthinkable things that'll put them right back in jail, come home, second chance, still get into something like it couldn't it like it was calling them to actually just do the things that they went in there for and didn't learn the lesson the first time. So I don't get what will make these young cats think like that, which they say that the brain's still not even developed at 20, 22, things of that nature. But a lot of kids is not stupid either. A lot of them is smart. Sometimes, like they say, a hard head will make a soft ass, man. And going through these times when they actually get in there and they realize this is something that won't be overchanged for a long time, and now it's too late. And now they want to change their lives when they're in there, when they was getting all the perfect information from the cats that was outside, that used to be in there, that went through those terrible times when we was young, when we was babies. And I always was taught, learn by other people's mistakes, and I followed that path. I followed that path through the unique Mecca audios, through the Rich Porters, the AZ, the Outposts, all of them, man. I watched a lot of things that they did. And, you know, that's what taught me how to maneuver, man. And a lot of y'all young cats, man, y'all need to pay this some attention, because this is not a game right now. This is not a game. So the Sean Gathright, it's a big situation, man. Him and the other four defendants. What, it was five of them all together? Well, it was four of them all together, I think, yeah. The other three defendants, well, maybe if you include the girl, then that might be five, but that's a different story. But right now, just actually looking, I had touched on it. One of my episodes, y'all can go back and check it out, and maybe to make YouTube stop playing with my numbers. But it's so serious, and you know, it's like a sad situation, man, that they not understanding the ride that they are going to be taking right now. So the Sean Gathright, he's been doing a GoFundMe for $100,000. He only got up to 800. Was at 250 the other day. It's up to 800 now. And I was watching the 1090 Jake. I watch a lot of 1090 Jake stuff. He's a real controversial dude, but he know how to dig into certain things and look certain things up. And he kind of got into a part where they was thinking that the GoFundMe page and or Instagram from the Sean Gathright was a fake page, and it's actually ran by the sister. I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna redo some reactions to this. Y'all can go and check it out on 1090's Jake page, which is the end of sentence. But He giving it to you real. He actually been in those penitentiaries of where Sean Gathright is about to go. And Sean Gathright is actually known to want to be, or known to be a good boy, never got in trouble. And this right here is the perfect example of following the wrong people, trying to be something that you're not. He never grew up like this, man. And he made the worst decision that he ever could make. You are not in jail for a big bid. You are in jail for the rest of your life bid. So they're trying to use the GoFundMe to get him out of jail. And you know, the average appeal takes 2 years or more, depending on the case. This case is so intricate, it might take longer than he's thinking. And now, you know, he's changed his life inside of, I guess it's the county jail while he was fighting his case. He's not even in prison yet. And he's changing his life to do, um, or giving his life to God now at this point, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing. But it's going to be somebody that don't care that he changed his life, and they don't care about what you did on the live of somebody in the streets. They don't care about none of that. When you come in there, you're going to have to play the game that they playing. And or hopefully nobody won't bother him if he get with the right, I guess, type of organization in there. He's denouncing being or doing gang movement. So Christians don't move the way the Muslims do. The Muslims move, and if you mess with us, we're gonna get it on with you. Christians really don't, or if they do, I haven't heard about it. If you bother one of them, it's gonna be a problem. He's taking on being a Christian now, and he want to do this for the kids and things of that nature. He ain't even settling in prison yet. He did that. I was with my co-defendant years ago. As soon as we got in that jail, and we knew we had to sit there because we was under a big bail. And I used to go attend some church meetings, but I didn't, fully um, turn myself over to Christ. But I grew up going to church also here and there certain times. Especially when I go down south and stay with my grandparents. Every Sunday we going to church, and especially she owned the church. But I got God. I talk to God. I do my prayers. I read my scriptures. My co-defendant, he was in there. He was doing church. He was doing the end of the night church circles before, it was time to lock in your cells and go to bed. He was doing all of that before, while we was in the county jail. Once we got found not guilty, in his mind, he felt God turned his back on him. See, when you go in there, you can't be playing with God and think that, going to church and doing all these prayers that God is going to be there to actually pull you out of this situation. Now, sometimes you do get pulled out of situations, but we didn't get pulled out of it. And he wanted to look at it as God turned his back on him. Maybe God wasn't finished giving us our punishment. We was facing 60 years. I just didn't want to play with that, but I still kept my alliance to God, do my prayers, and then sometime on Sundays I would go to church, wake up, go to church, go in there and just get something out of it. Used to have good ceremonies and hear some singing and stuff like that. Some of the choir that they put together in there. Used to have a good choir in there singing. And, but that's nothing to play with. So we're going to get into some of the Sean Gathright sisters. She's going to let y'all know that it's the official IG, and I'm going to react to some of this stuff that 21 on 1020 Jake is talking about, man. Because he got deep on this one, man. So let's pay attention.
So, just a little clarification, the official Sean's account
But how many kids are in the background of the screen?
is really his. It's ran by his sister and his girlfriend. The girlfriend
It's ran by her, which is his sister, and his girlfriend. And not to be funny, how long is she gonna be his girlfriend? He got forever in there. But she's probably gonna try to help him out. But you know, you gotta be 1,000 when you in there. My homeboy's name is Jabbo. God bless him. He passed away due to illness. But he told his girlfriend, he had 15 years. He told her, man, you know, just hold me down while you in here, man. I know you're gonna move forward. You got my blessings to move forward with another man. So Sean better be ready to go through that as well.
And me is also legit. Share around and donate if you guys can.
But Wanky, you a bad motherfucker. This man said, what's your IG? Shooting this shot immediately. That is crazy. I understand what it is because I've been in that position. Everything seems good, sounds good. You're going to try to make yourself look as good as you can. And homie just does not realize he's in this shit for life. This ain't no short ride. Like, this ain't no 5, 10, 15-year bid.
That's what I was saying, man. He got to understand where he going. When you go to jail, you got to understand where you at, and you got to figure out how you're going to be able need to maneuver in there. Can't be just thinking you calling home and you got people backing you, and you thinking that it's going to be that simple walk in the park with that type of charge, or should I say now that type of conviction with life. That means you are in there for the rest of your life, man. And I don't think reality set in with this guy yet, Sean Gathright.
This is until you die. This is what did it for me is when I went through Lake Butler, North Florida Reception Center. I got cut, and people to this day still say I faked when I got cut. I don't know if you can see the fucking scar, whatever, right? When I got cut, I was taken to medical, and I saw.
This is a deep story right here. Pay attention, y'all.
Like I was in the hallway and I had to hold my face, and there's a dome at the North Florida Reception Center. It's got like hospital doors, and basically you can see through the glass, and it's just a bunch of hospital beds. And it's like all the old people that are like right about to die. That's where they are. And I don't think it's a lot of them. I think maybe like 15, 20, something like that. And there's orderlies that have to help them and clean them, and you know, they can't get out of the bed. They piss and shit themselves, whatever. And I saw a room full of men waiting to die. And I was 19 years old.
And that's rough. And that's around the age bracket of Sean Gathright right now. That's rough to see something like that. And nothing they could do while they are in prison.
And I'll never forget when the nurse was helping me, like, whatever, glued my face, all that shit. Because they used like a laceration glue. So when she glued me, I'm sitting there and there's this old guy in a wheelchair who looks like he's fucking 900 years old.
Pay attention.
And the nurse asked him, "How are you feeling?" And his answer just made me sit and think for the next couple of years. Still, sometimes to this day, I sit and think about it. She asked him how he's feeling, like if he's feeling sick, if he's feeling whatever. The only thing that man said was lonely.
That's the worst feeling in the world, to be in jail, lonely. You don't got no family members no more that contact you. Probably never had none when they went in there anyway. You get a certain age, it's like out of sight, out of mind. That's rough. A rough way to do a prison bid, man.
And immediately the nurse was like, no, I mean, how do you feel? Are you this? Are you that? And, you know, she got right to the bullshit because she doesn't give a fuck about this guy. But the nurse who was working with me made sure to point it out. She said, did you hear what he said? I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, you need to change how the fuck you living, or you're going to end up just like that. And seeing a man...
Those some tough words to hear from the nurse. She wanted him to hear that as a young boy.
Who's 60, 70 years ahead of me in life. At the end of the road, in a prison wheelchair. And when he's asked how he's feeling, the only thing he can say is lonely. That right there gives me chills to this fucking day. Because that is not how I want to die. And I can't say no man should go out like that because I don't know what he did to deserve it. But I know I don't want to go out like that. And hopefully me telling y'all my life experiences, y'all don't have to go and see something like that to make the right choice.
These are the things I'm saying. A lot of y'all young cats, YNs, need to be listening to people that actually been there. To y'all, it sound like a story. And then you go outside and go through your whole day and don't worry about nothing. So it's like, you ain't paying no attention till you go outside through your day, and then you get out there and do mischievous stuff, and you don't even understand that one little thing that you did cost you years of your life, and be right where 1090 Jake is saying.
Sean doesn't even realize what the fuck he got himself into.
Facts.
Now here is a video of the killer speaking out himself from the Hillsborough County Jail.
What's up, everybody? It's Sean. I'm just reaching out to y'all, just to get y'all a quick
It's Sean speaking from the jail.
update about my situation. Right now, they got me in confinement. It's just a protocol thing after Friday, but I should be out of here soon. And reaching back out to everybody. I've seen, I've heard that a lot of y'all have been reaching out to my Instagram page at the official Sean G. This is my real page. This is the page that I will be, communicating to the outside world from, through my management team, stuff like that. I really appreciate all the messages and all the comments and the likes, the shares and the donations. It's more than y'all can understand. Like, it really means a lot in a difficult time like this. We all know that God has the last word, and I just really appreciate y'all for seeing me in a different light. Y'all will be hearing from me soon. Like I said, I just have to get out of confinement. Take a couple days, but I appreciate y'all. I love every single one of y'all, and that's it. Thank you.
Now I'll say this, and I'm going to keep it as real as I can. There's a woman commenting here. She said, "We are behind you forever, Shawnee. I love you. God has a call in your life. He has not forgotten about you. We're in this battle with you until victory is won." Everything is very religion based because of how he presented himself at trial, saying that that is his purpose. Through God, he's going to spread the word, this and that, whatever, right? And I'm not denouncing it. I'm not shaming him for it. I just remember when I hit the Central Florida Reception Center, they took us to like this chaplain shit, and the fucking people came in and they did the little song and dance, whatever, and then they all came up to us.
Yeah, I remember them days, bro. I remember them days.
There was a group of old ass ladies, and she asked me, she was like, "Hey, I want to give you this Bible. Will you accept whatever?" She said, like Jesus Christ, this and that, whatever. And at the time, I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you.
And that's the thing. You got to be honest when you're dealing with God. You got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest. And even if you was doing things and hope that God would help you, you got to be real honest with yourself, because God know your thoughts. Period. So he know if you're serious or not. And even if you're faking, maybe you'll come to realizations that you've time to tighten up and be real with God. If you're playing and thinking that he's just going to help you because now you call him because you need something. It's not a game, man. It's not a game.
Y'all have no understanding of what's going on in him. And we're not even at a prison yet. We're at reception. And like I just quickly ran her through, like people getting cut, people are getting stabbed, people fighting, everybody gangbanging. I literally told her, I said, I'm not opposed to finding God in the future, but right here where I'm at in my life at 18 years old, at the very start of my 3 years in Florida State Prison, there's no room for God for me right now. And it was foolish saying it in the moment because God carried me through my prison bit.
Facts.
But I felt that I couldn't devote my life to something knowing that I couldn't genuinely follow it, because inside of there, I had to participate.
Or if you don't participate, you'll be somebody's fool, somebody's girl in there. But God definitely is the one carrying you through it, even with the bad times. I know. I did a 3-year bid too.
I refused to just be a victim and submit and be extorted and be abused. I wasn't gonna go for that. So I got hit up multiple times, but I took my skies with pride because I was giving them shits up too. And I wasn't folding. I was standing on everything I was representing inside of there. I hope he's able to walk a different path. Maybe he has more courage than me. Maybe he's not willing to submit to the gangs and he's going to stand on what he believes in.
Sometimes, some people know how to maneuver through jail. Stay away from the politics. Stay away from the gambling. Don't be borrowing nobody's food so you can pay it back next week. If you got to be hungry, you got to be hungry, man. Because something happen, you don't get your money in, you don't pay it back on time, that's a problem. Stay away from a lot of the stuff. Don't be getting smoking on nobody's other stuff. And if you ain't with it, stay away. Maneuver quietly and stay to yourself, man.
I wasn't that brave at the time. I'm 31 years old now. I'm not afraid to say it. I was a follower. I wanted to gangbang. I thought that was the lifestyle I wanted to live until I saw it for what it was. And it wasn't just prison that changed me. No, I came home and was still around everybody. But growing as a man, becoming a father, and seeing the end result by getting around the same people that founded the gang and seeing that none of them went anywhere in life. Prison or home with nothing.
He giving it up raw right now. Raw. I know a lot of people that's in them gangs too. A lot of them went to jail and a lot of their homies did nothing for them. Nothing. And they got to call and ask people that had nothing to do with their case, call and ask them for money to send to them, help them out with lawyers that had nothing to do with them. So they got to take their hard-earned money, help send you money just to hold you down. And then, while they are in jail, they call your phone off the hook. Every 2-3 days, they need some money for something or something. They thinking like this is a regular routine. No, people have their own bills. They don't have time for that. They don't think about it in there because they basically at a standstill. Real life goes on out here. You shouldn't have put yourself in there in a situation and put yourself in that situation. A lot of these cats get mad when they call home and somebody can't do it for them. And that's crazy. You did that to yourself, following these gangs, and nobody look out for each other.
I realized it wasn't for me. And hopefully somebody watching this video will realize that this isn't for you. You don't want to be sitting here at 20, 21 years old making these calls from the Hillsborough County Jail. He's in confinement. I was in that same fucking confinement. It's freezing cold in there. And I'll be honest with you, that's the nicest facility and probably the last facility he's ever going to be in that's like that. Because once he hits state prison, that shit's like the fucking 80s. You still got prisons in there that have no fucking AC, no cameras, nothing. It's like holes in the windows, rain be blowing in. This shit's crazy. It literally looks like old Florida projects with barbed wire around it. It's hard to explain to people that have never been in there, that have never experienced it. I hope.
He says it's hard to explain people that never been in there. As he's saying it to me with the stories, even though I've been in the prison, but the way he described it, I wasn't in one that was like that. And me just imagining it by watching some movies that look like that. Shawshank Redemption, that kind of remind me, that look crazy. And that would make me alone think about it and say, yo, I gotta figure something else out. It ain't looking good out here for me to be going up in there.
None of you ever have to. But if y'all want a little taste of what he has for the future, this is everything he's gonna eat for the next, 999.
And he's just showing the commissary list.
$4 out of 100,000. The fuck you need $100,000 for? You ain't getting out of that situation. Dear friends, family, and supporters, this is a fundraiser on behalf of whatever. Sean is 20 years old and currently facing the fight of his life after being convicted in a case that has completely changed the course of his future. Homie, the fight is fucking over. There's no more fight.
Right.
What the fuck? What the fuck is left to fight?
I guess he's thinking that he's gonna get another chance to go back to court. He think he's gonna get an appeal or something. In his mind, he's still fighting to get out. That ain't gonna be no time soon. People gonna be enough forgot about him by then, man. How long could he keep this up? How long the girlfriend gonna help run the page? How long the sister gonna want to run the page? I don't know. But unless he getting some super duper lawyers to get his appeal done fast, or I don't know. He right. Let's listen to Jake.
All y'all got found guilty as shit. Like there ain't nothing around that. You think you finna appeal this shit and beat it fucking fast? Fuck no.
And even when you appeal, your time is not life in prison there. Now you gambling again because it started with death row. You gambling that death row can go back on the table. And you end up getting sentenced to death. Being that you got a new trial. It opens the doors back open again. Unless they're going to fight to get his time less or cut or something. I don't understand it, but he's trying to fight for to get the sentence overturned.
Anyone who truly knows Sean knows he is not the person being portrayed. Well, we saw that. This was a gamer. This was a kid that grew up nicely. We don't know how the fuck he ended up in this situation other than wanting to be in it.
Right.
He is a son, a brother, a friend, and someone who has always shown love and loyalty to the people around him. Before this situation, Sean had no history of violent behavior.
And showing that love and loyalty to the people around him is right where he's at right now. You got a loyalty to get you unalived, miss out on a lot of stuff. That don't sound like it's saying something strong. Because that's what got him in there right now, being loyal to people that is around him. And he followed them to the destruction of the rest of his life in prison, man.
Behavior and had so many people step forward to speak about his character. Everyone deserves a second chance at redemption. No prior criminal history. A bright future ahead of him. I mean, not anymore. We are committed to pursuing every legal avenue possible, including post-conviction motions, appeals, mitigation, yada yada. So basically, they want to raise this GoFundMe up to get him out of prison, and they think this is going to work. I'll be honest with you, as many people that have tried to do this, it doesn't really work.
It's not that simple.
Doesn't, you know?
And give you an example, man. Y'all go over there to 1090 Jake, man, and y'all can watch it. Fulio's killer Sean Gathright starts 100K GoFundMe after life sentence. That's 1090 Jake. But I'm gonna give y'all one, man. My brother Unique Mega Audio. I'm always using for an example because we all went through it. He had life plus 26 years. He did 26 and gave the life back. But look how long it took him to give back the life. 26 years. So how long Sean Gathright think he's gonna do before he even get back in the court or whatever? But luckily Unique never got caught with any drugs or anything. So he had legs to stand on to get out, to get back out into society. They didn't have him for no unaliving people, none of that. They was trying to have him say stuff about it, but he was still telling them, what are you talking about? I don't know nothing about it. Ma would go to send me to jail. And they gave him life plus 26, and he still fought and fought. But he had to do 26 years before he even got back on the other side of that fence. This Sean Gathright is in for a long ride, and he don't understand it. Either he's going to have to toughen up and be ready for the war when he go to them type of prisons they're going to send him to, or he might just fight through it and stay with, praising the Lord. Hopefully that works out for him. I hope that worked out for him. I don't want to see him going there getting bodily harm or getting into the gangs and end up doing well, he can't get no more time than what he already got. Most people that got life, never seeing the world again, they don't care. They unalive people in there because they know ain't nothing more they can really do to them except for sit them in a hole for a couple years. And I don't see Sean gonna be sitting in nobody's hole in confinement, solitary confinement for no years, because he's going to be unaliving people fighting. So he got a long road and a tough decision to make once he get into prison, to see how the system is moving in there and how the politics working, and the politics that he gonna have to stay away from, because he got a serious one. I hate this every time I think about it and think about the life that he had, private school, traveling different countries. Grandma took care of him, and he went and did a foolish thing like this, man. It's so crazy to me. Unbelievable, man. This is unbelievable, and he's somebody's baby still, man. Unbelievable, man. So, more power to him. I pray to God for him that he might could get out of this situation. And people were saying that those videos, they had masks on. That didn't prove that that was them. Maybe he's going to fight it on that for an appeal. I don't know what marks they have that shown that it was him behind the mask that was moving when they was showing them the rifle, the people that was aiming them rifles at the truck skidding out, and they, releasing those bullets into the windows. I don't know what kind of proof they had to show it was them. People saying that it really didn't show nothing. So that's as far as reasonable doubt. Maybe his lawyers wasn't that powerful as they thought. They didn't probably know how to fight a case like this one, and they didn't do good. Is why he got life. I guess all of them lawyers, that all four of them had. And then sometime maybe they might should have fought their trials separately. Maybe that was a thought. Don't do the trial together. Fight them separately. X him away from the other three defendants. So maybe that's what's going to happen if he get an appeal. So I don't know. We'll see. Your boy Big Boosie, Street Knowledge Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe. Please hit that like button for me. Please hit the like button, man, and hit the notification so you know when I'm up here. I'll be back.